Tank Masteries, patch 622. Now, Mastery that's been getting a lot of attention is Courage of the Colossus. A lot of people are hyping it up because it has really good value on paper. So this is all valid, but something you have to remember is that with Courage of the Colossus, it only gives you a shield when you hard CC someone. So the duration of your hard CC is going to cut into the shield duration. So let's say you CC all of the enemy team, or just anyone that's in range to hit you, you've CC'd them. So you're losing a bit of shield duration there, and however much shield you have left over after taking damage is just wasted shield. Like, there are also situations when someone might be dissuaded from pursuing an engagement because you have a shield. That is also a thing. But it's also easy to kite certain types of shields. You can't forget that the old mastery here was just straight up health. Compared to Strength of the Ages, Courage of the Colossus is definitely less useful. So that prompted me to theorycraft some alternatives. And basically, a lot of tank junglers can go back to Thunderlords if Courage of the Colossus is not attractive to you. Thunderlords is kind of your catch-all mastery now. Can be run pretty much on any class and do okay with it. But an alternative setup I've been wanting to explore here is Bond of Stone jungle. Now, Bond of Stone, you may be thinking this is a support mastery, and it's a bad support mastery at that, to which I would agree with. But after Strength of the Ages is gone, we're left with a nerfed version of it with Courage of the Colossus. We have a nerfed version of Fervor Battle. Okay. And nothing else has really changed. But this got worse. Okay, Courage of the Colossus. If you were comparing it to Strength of the Ages, this got worse. Grasp of the Undying stayed the same. But compared to release, Bond of Stone has gotten stronger, and Grasp of the Undying has just gotten weaker over time. Every single other mastery has just gotten weaker over time, while Bond of Stone has stayed the same. As a result, I think that it's actually valid now. And to where you're going to maybe want this 4% damage reduction on your tank junglers, because that will apply to the jungle monsters as well. Now you're thinking 6% of the damage from enemy champions taken by the nearest allied champion is dealt to you instead. You may be thinking, oh, that's going to contribute to me getting killed. But damage is not redirected if you are below 5% of your maximum health. So if you can think of a playstyle where frontlining for your AD carry or for your mid laner, or for even for your top laner or support if they're carrying hard enough, if you can think of a situation where them taking less damage can win you the game, maybe Bond of Stone is better than some shield that only lasts for a few seconds. Or maybe you can switch up your playstyle and go completely for Thunderlord setup and just take points in Ferocity and take Double-Edged Sword and hope for a better tank clear that way. Which, that playstyle is completely available to you. It was available before, but the power of Strength of the Ages has made people shy away from that. Now that Strength of the Ages is no longer a thing, Bond of Stone, Thunderlords, Fervor, these would be your major jungle or masteries, with Courage of the Colossus and Grasp of the Undying also being possible. So it's come to a point where Ferocity junglers will be the fastest, probably. depending on your kit. But Resolve has the most options. So now we're going to be exploring those options. And the reasoning for this, the path here, is I wanted to get to Bond of Stone. So how do we get to Bond of Stone? By taking Recovery or Unyielding. I think I had it set up on Unyielding, kind of just to see what that would be. 5% of 9 armor yellows is like half of an armor, so 1/2 of 1 armor at level 1 versus regen. I think the regen is probably better, especially on tanks. And especially on junglers, that regen is going to add up to a lot. Siege Master, I'm not really a big fan of. That's probably a good mastery if you're planning on diving towers. I would probably go Tough Skin because I'm concerned with staying at high health in the jungle. And we're going Recovery, so Runic Armor might actually be pretty good with this. But you have to remember, if you were to go Veteran Scars, maybe this is better if you're only concerned with all-ins and the regen doesn't mean as much to you. Maybe you just go Veteran Scars. But I'm a big fan of shields, healing and regeneration and all that. So I will choose to go this route. Now here's another one. Any of these masteries are pretty good on tanks. Everyone wants lower cooldown summoners. Perseverance may not be the strongest of the 3 here. But I choose to go Fearless. Gain 10% plus 2 per level bonus armor and magic resist. So if you've got 100 armor, 100 bonus armor, then when you get damaged by an enemy champion for 2 seconds, you'll get 10 armor plus 2 per level. So that could be like potentially 20 or 30 armor fairly early on into the game. I think this has the potential to be the most valuable mastery of the 3. And I'm going to recommend it until I think that it's no good. But I think that the main reason that Fearless is in the game is that Legendary Guardian needed something to pair with. So if you go Fearless, then that makes Legendary Guardian better automatically. But these values aren't super high whenever you're talking about adding, a few armor and magic resist per person. That's a maximum of 15 armor and magic resist, and then 10% of 15. That's only 1.5. So even in the best case scenario, Fearless only adds an extra armor and a half to Legendary Guardian. So I like what they did with that. Fearless, Courage of the Colossus, and Legendary Guardian all sort of make each other a little bit stronger. So that might be the tanky combo right there. Take all the points here on the right, and that gives you, the super most tank that you could get in certain situations. I'm gonna choose Runic Armor though, and Recovery, and Tenacity, because this is the Bond of Stone page. Savagery for the damage in the jungle. Runic Affinity because you want longer buff duration. Merciless, this is just basically some free damage. That's the way I look at it. And Greenfather's Gift because as a tank jungler, you're going to want to grab every piece of damage that you can get. And this is not a huge thing to give up. You're not going to 5% of your missing health and mana in a team fight. That can help you win the team fight, but more often than not, you'll probably get more value out of green fathers throughout the game. So this is the other page that I have set up. As I was talking about, Courage of the Colossus junglers, probably you're going to run it all up the right side here. And they may even take Siege Master too, you know, right? Fuck it. Like, whatever. Whatever you want to do. That's totally fine. But, this is to give you an idea of what is possible now. But, really quickly, I wanted to do a Bond of Stone jungle clear. Really quick explanation on these masteries. So I'm running Hybrid Pen Reds, 2 attack speed quints, 1 movement speed quint, armor seals, about 4 magic resist glyphs, and the rest attack speed glyphs. Now you may be wondering why I've got this weird setup, and it's mainly because while lethality is not that great anymore, Hybrid Pen is still relevant for a lot of tank junglers, and attack speed is going to be relevant for them as well. You don't really want to build up excess amounts of attack speed on your marks for a tank, so Hybrid Pen is just a better use of your gold.
Right. Bye.